Hey, this is Ryu, and today I'm going to be reviewing the Death Battle Superman vs. Goku number 2. The thing about this battle is, it was done really, really poorly. Death Battle, they did some really stupid shit, to say the least. They literally didn't analyze Goku at all, and they gave Superman feats that were completely taken out of context or outright lies. So I'll get right into it. Here's some of the points of things that they did wrong. Number one, they combined multiple versions of Superman into a non-existent composite version, such as Post-Crisis, New 52, and All-Star Superman. Now this is an issue because all those versions of Superman are, of course, different people. And not only different people, but have different feats. So that would be like if I combined GT Goku with Dragon Ball Super Goku with all the different Gokus from all the different Dragon Ball Z movies. So yeah, that's an issue. Point number two, they claimed Superman held a mini black hole in his hand. That's an outright lie. He held a machine that had a mini black hole contained inside of it, and a little bit of gravity was coming out of that machine, and that little bit of gravity was putting massive strain on him as it is. So he never did hold a mini black hole. Number three, they claimed Superman's heat vision can destroy planets. That again is an outright lie. The very scan that they use states it only increased the temperature of that part of the planet. It never destroyed it. That would take a hell of a lot more energy than what he used on it. Number four, they claim he can survive the power of 50 supernovas in 1 feat. They blatantly take that out of context as well. They fail to state that he only survived the electromagnetic shockwave from the explosion, which by the way was stated to be light speed and he couldn't outrun it. It's stated in the same scan that the expanding ball of radiation from the explosion behind him would have incinerated him as soon as it touched him, meaning he cannot survive 50 supernovas, not even close. He would be instantly incinerated. They claim he can survive the destruction of half a galaxy due to the Megadon warhead feat. However, again, this is taken out of context. The warhead was never detonated. Superman simply absorbed the fuel source of it, the anti-sunlight, and metabolized it. Saying he can survive the bomb's theoretical yield is like me saying I could survive a nuclear explosion because I can eat its uranium core. Now for the most ridiculous claims. They claimed Superman has limitless power. They claimed Superman and Shazam lifted infinite weight. This is simply wrong for multiple reasons. First off, they failed to lift the book in the end. Second off, the infinite pages is hyperbole, as there is a finite number of universes in DC at the time, 52 to be precise, and a finite number of books in any given universe. So all books in the multiverse is a finite number, and would only make up a minuscule portion of the mass in a universe. Third, the book was already hovering in a blue sphere, meaning it was naturally not being affected by gravity in a normal way. Had it actually had infinite mass, it would fall through the planet and suck it and everything up like a supermassive black hole would. Fourth, the actual weight of the pages is never given, so the feat is by no means proof of infinite strength. The other ridiculous claim they made is that Superman lifted the Spectre, who said his body contains eternity, and therefore Superman can lift infinite weight. Another lie on screwattack's part. First off, eternity is a measure of time, not weight or mass, so it does not mean he has infinite weight inside of him by any means. And second off, Superman and Wonder Woman again fail to lift him off the ground. They only lift his cape, and he is not once seen leaving the ground. So either way you slice it, the feat proves next to nothing. Also, saying Superman can move infinite weight and has no limits heavily contradicts all his other feats, such as the many times he has struggled and needed help to move planets, moons, and other large objects, and has been overpowered by his opponents many times, who clearly do not have infinite strength. In The Ultimate Guide to Superman, it even outright states he has limits in all areas. I'll take a minute to show you the times he has tried to move planets or moons. Every time he has struggled or needed help to do it. And here we see his limit is destroying the Shadow Moon with his infinite mass punch, but even this knocks him out from the recoil of the attack. So yeah, Superman being claimed as limitless by screwattack is completely false, and their feats are almost all taken out of context or blatant lies. Now that we have talked about what is wrong with their Superman analysis, I would normally talk about what they did wrong with Goku's analysis. However, they hit a new low and didn't even bother to do any research on Goku this time. They included none of his feats or calculations to analyze, so I will keep this short and sweet. They underestimate Goku a lot. I won't get into Goku's feats in this video, but the fact they didn't even analyze Goku and said a multiversal spirit bomb from Goku couldn't even beat Superman pretty much sums up their ignorance to Goku's character and powers, and their bias towards Superman. Of course, if you know me, you know that I believe Goku would win the fight, god powers or not, but that is another video for another day. So in the end, they have just confirmed that they're biased, ignorant trolls who simply want to stir up the debate community and get as much money off the views as they can.